Hey, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Friday. I'm trying a new little sound on my little synth back there. Um, Anyways, hope everybody's doing well out there in the world. The battle is raging, ladies and gentlemen. I hope that some of you caught us on Cynthia Puller's broadcast today. We were interviewed along with Scott Ritter, nationally acclaimed weapons inspector. And I would say at this point, kind of a social critic, a very interesting conversation that we had, and that's issues that matter. I hope that some of you caught us on C-SPAN yesterday. We were able to get 3 calls in, and I just have to say that was absolute gold. The very first caller of the show was our own Michael Cheney, a truck driver in Ohio, and he just laid it right out there. I'm not going to repeat everything he said, but he said basically, look, I'm a truck driver. By law, I can only work 14 hours a week. These loans are wrecking me. I can't work enough hours to pay these loans off. And just so effective. Gordon, our own old pro, Gordon also got on. And Joanna in Florida got on in the second hour and similarly laid out her situation. And, this is the sort of honesty that we need to flood the zeitgeist with, guys. Anybody can and should be doing this every day. You can only technically call in once a month, but you should get into the habit of calling in C-SPAN and talking about the student loan scam as often as you possibly can. So my hat goes off to all of you out there who participated. If you called in, didn't get on, thanks for trying. It's kind of a numbers thing. It's really not that hard to get on C-SPAN, though. I typically can get on like that if I haven't called in the past month. So couple of other announcements. Thanks to everybody who contributed to our little fundraiser. We were hoping to raise 1,000. We raised a little over 800. That was a matching thing, by the way, thanks to a very, very generous donor in California who wishes to remain anonymous. But thank you for that. If you want to help, it certainly would help at this time, guys. We hate fundraising. We're bad at it. And we can survive on very little, but we can't survive on absolutely nothing here. So if you appreciate all that we've done, all that we're doing, all that we're poised to get done, please help out. Maybe one other announcement. Our own Lisa and Christine are in a contest, a glamour contest. And we're asking everybody to vote for these 2 awesome women who are fighting for student loan justice and say as much in the profiles of their bio things for this contest. Votefab40.com. You can see the links there for both Lisa and Christina. Pretty interesting, marrying the world of student loan pain and glamour. It's very hard to do. One would think it couldn't be done, but I'm here to tell you that pioneers like Lisa and Christina are bridging that divide, and so we salute them as well. If you have any questions or comments, throw them out on Twitter or Facebook, and I'm very happy to respond to them. The song I tried to play, what's it called? Uprising by Muse. I love that song. I've never played it before. I literally Googled it about 9 minutes ago, and so it could have been better, but you get the point. Our bills can be passed right now, guys. This all comes down to, if you have student loans, you should be doing everything in your power to fight for the return of bankruptcy protections to these loans, whether you would ever or never file. If you're new to the group, you're probably going, why would I want to file for bank? No, I don't want to do that. I want my loans canceled. Yeah, I get that. That's what everybody thinks. And that's true. That's how everybody in this group feels. However, we've been studying this problem for many, many years. And the fact of the matter is, we are not going to see anything meaningful. No meaningful loan cancellation, no meaningful reform, even a significant percentage of people making it through those various income-driven repayment plans for their student loans. We're not going to see anything but more of the same bullshit, unless and until we get the constitutionally enshrined right of bankruptcy returned to us. So remember, guys, January 1st is rolling close. We're a couple months away now. And if we don't get bankruptcy rights back, I don't care what this Biden cancellation turns out to be. It was lame in the first place, and it's getting lamer and lamer by the week, if it even happens at this point. January 1st is going to come, and we are going to be served up like turkeys at the Thanksgiving dinner to the collection industry. If you're like 85% of all borrowers, you were underwater on your loans before the pandemic. And the collection companies are sharpening their knives. They are drooling. And do you want to face that reality with or without at least the constitutionally enshrined right of bankruptcy in your back pocket? Very few people should have to file, by the way. Maybe even nobody would have to file. We just have to get that power back. We've got to get that little lever of control back as it exists for every other borrower, for every other type of loan in this country. This is a very basic justice issue. This is a very fundamental, very easy to spot matter of injustice. And if you think about it for any length of time and you look at this problem, you will come to the conclusion that I came to many, 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 many years ago. And that is that the core of this problem lies in the unique, unconscionable, unprecedented, unwarranted, indefensible stripping of bankruptcy rights from these loans. And this is the camel's nose under the tent, guys. If they can do what they did to student loans to other loans, they will. This is a road down a dark path that ends in some kind of slavery. Who knows what that'll look like? I don't want to find out. I hope that you agree. We've got two bills in the Congress right now, S-2598, HR 9110 in the House. These bills could be passed tomorrow. Dick Durbin is the sponsor and chairman of the Judiciary Committee in the Senate. Jerry Nadler is the sponsor and chairman of the Judiciary Committee in the House. These bills are ready to roll. They are pumped and they are primed. And all that has to happen is Nadler and Durbin have to pull the trigger and get these bills out of committee, up for a vote, and get this done. It's a little more complicated than that, but that's the gist of it. And the Democrats, by the way, have it in their national platform going back to 2016 to return bankruptcy to student loans. So unless the Democrats are politically suicidal or idiotic or moronic or something, why would they not get this done? The bill in the Senate is bipartisan. It would pass with flying colors. The bill in the House, I think, is also bipartisan based on what we saw last session with the exact same bill. It will get Republican support. This legislation will pass both House and Senate with flying colors. So the only question at this point is whether the Democrats are going to betray us or not. Now, here's the news of today. We put out a press release today imploring, and if you go to our website, studentloanjustice.org, you can see our press release is the very first article mentioned. Read it. We say three things, and let me just, so I can give it to you verbatim. We say a bunch of stuff, but there's three major points that we make in this press release. Number one, we urge Congress to pass S-2598, HR 9110 before the November elections so that we, the voters, the 38 million distressed student loan voters who vote, can properly assign their votes to the candidates who support this legislation. That's point one. Point two, we urge President Biden, Secretary Cardona, Undersecretary James Kval, and Federal Student Aid Chief Operations Officer Richard Cordray to stop opposing student loan borrowers in bankruptcy court before the election, as those three guys I just mentioned, have promised to do repeatedly since 2020. That's point two. Number three, and this is maybe the most controversial point, we urge our 1.2 million members and student loan borrowers everywhere to hold on to their ballots until and unless this critically important legislation is passed. We're not going to be betrayed again not by the Republicans, not by the Democrats, not by Congress, not by anybody, guys. We're not going to be fooled. We're older than that. We're wiser than that. In 2008, we were fooled. We weren't very old or very wise back then. We're a lot wiser, a lot older now. We've seen the tricks. We've seen the traps. We've seen the cons. We've seen the hustles and the scams, and we've heard the lies. We won't be fooled again, guys. We will not be. And you're going to vote how you want to vote, but let me repeat that. We urge our 1.2 million members and student loan borrowers everywhere to hold on to their ballots unless this critically important legislation is passed. So there you go. This is our press release. I hope very much, if you care at all about the student loan problem, you will see that we have to get tough. This is a fight. This is a battle. This is a war. And you are in it, whether you want to be or not. And we will lose it if you don't fight it. And it's just as simple as that, ladies and gentlemen. We've been doing this for too many years. I've seen what works, what doesn't work. We are on the correct path to actual student loan justice / cancellation / fairness / whatever you want to see with your student loans. The only thing that's going to lead us to that place will be when we get the constitutionally enshrined right of bankruptcy returned. So we know the path, guys, and we're on it. And either you help us or we will fail. As it stands now here, Friday night, very nearly the end of October, we've got 10 days before the elections. Is there any chance at all that they will return bankruptcy before the election? Well, legislatively, I'd say that would be very tough, just logistically as a practical matter. That would be very tough at this point. If they got the ball rolling on Monday, could they pass it by the Monday of the next week, like the night before the election? It would be a stretch. We've seen Congress move that fast in the past, but honestly, guys, it all depends on us. First of all, let me just say that. It truly depends on us. This stuff does not happen in a vacuum. It's not like we're sitting there watching this thing happen. We're making this thing happen, folks, or we're not. We would not have this legislation to fight for, but for the people on this group. We would not have this, albeit lame, Biden loan cancellation to point to, but for the people on this group. I kid you not. This group is it, guys. I can't speak for the other groups. I don't know why they are quiet on the bankruptcy issue. I have my suspicions, quite frankly. One of the groups we know is flat out corrupted. Another group does financial transactions with the student loan collection industry. So we can't count on those groups. They're either stupid or corrupted, or who knows. I don't care. I don't care about those groups. I care about this problem. I care about student loans, and I care about getting justice for student loans. And if you agree, then you will help us. Now, the least that you can do at this late date is, I would say, 2 weeks, if not 3 weeks or a month worth of our daily actions. And let me just dial that in for you. Our daily actions are the most effective, most efficient use of your time by far, particularly if you're new to the group. It's just bit.ly. You can go to our website and you can see it right there, studentloanjustice.org. Or you can go to this quick link, bit.ly/SLJ daily action. These daily actions are very smart. They're very clever. They're very strategic, and they are literally the best use of your time. So please do that. And I would also urge the newer members on this group, and welcome, by the way. If you have any questions or comments on Twitter or Facebook, throw them out, and I will be getting them in just a moment. But I'm very happy to answer any and all of your questions and entertain your comments, etc. Another thing that you can do, particularly if you're new to the group, is go to our Medium channel. We publish all of our research there, and there are some jaw-dropping facts that if you're new to the group, you do not know these facts. I guarantee you, and they are jaw-dropping, and they are true, and you can vet these claims. And you go to the Department of Education and research the data that we base these claims on, and you can see for yourself that these claims are 100% accurate. And this is stuff that almost nobody knows. You will become a very fine, fit, and fierce student loan justice warrior if you read even the most recent 5 or 6 of our articles there on Medium. So please do that. Yeah, this is the battle, guys. You know, I don't know what else to tell you. I'm almost at a loss for words right now. But what you do means everything. It means everything. Nobody's going to fight your battle for you. We're not better. You're not better than us. And to everybody on our live stream tonight, you know, I salute you if I know you, because we got the country to this point where we are at right now, right on the precipice of victory. And let me just say to everyone else, we got this, ladies and gentlemen, but we need you. This is a fight. It's a battle, and you've got to fight it. I know I say that a million times a night, and I will continue to do that. But you have no idea how strong we are. The vast majority of student loan borrowers were never going to be able to pay their loans. This is a big party. I don't know why there's only 9 people on our live stream. But we are the center of the storm, guys. We are the nucleus. We are the tip of the spear. And you can, if you doubt our credentials, you can just Google us and you can see us on 60 Minutes. You can see the articles that we've broken in, the Wall Street Journal and the stuff that we've written in places like the New York Times and The Hill and many, 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 many other places. You can see us just in the past couple of months on Fox News and other places. We are the warriors, guys. We're it. And if you're not fighting this battle, then we're losing it because of you. And don't be that guy. Don't be the guy sitting around 5 years from now saying, I really should have gotten off of my ass 5 years ago. We're in a very special window right now, guys. The Democrats control the House, Senate, and the presidency. That hasn't happened since 2008. The last time the Democrats screwed us. By the way, we're a fiercely nonpartisan group. We kind of hate both parties. Whatever your political inclinations are, you're very welcome here on this group tonight. And we will not, as long as you're talking about student loans, we will not suppress you or oppress you or whatever. If you are against bankruptcy for student loans or against student loan cancellation, from time to time, I will entertain those battles, but guys, I've done it so many times. Every time that we are in a fight with anyone on this issue, we win. We cannot lose. We're bulletproof. Our argument is nuclear-like strong. So quite frankly, over the years, I've grown to have very little patience for fools who come and they go, you borrow money, you should pay it back. I'm not going to waste my time with people like that. And they shouldn't even be here on this group in the first place. But I'm very happy to answer all the tough questions. In fact, I love the tough questions. What I don't like is idiots that talk past us and despite people who refuse to engage in a meaningful discourse. We don't do that. We don't let the propagandists screw us. Hey, Rob Miller's with us tonight. Hey, Rob, love the background. Oh, thank you, Rob. Leslie Fishman says, hey, all scary music. It's scary when I play it. It's actually a great song. But look at Muse, The Uprising. They will not control us. They will not do many things. I love that song. Hey, Aaron Root's with us tonight. Hey, Aaron. Joanna. Joanna mentions that she voted for both Christina and Lisa. You can do it for free on Facebook. They give you one vote a day. And I don't want to be in the position of hawking for this contest or whatever, shilling for this contest, but you can also pay and like buy votes, which strikes me as being rather corrupt from the get-go, like buying votes, but whatever, you can do it. It's certainly good for the cause. Having two people in the top 10 who are both fighting for student loan justice, that's very powerful. And I think that may send some very serious ripples, if not shockwaves, through the world of glamour and Paris Hilton and Kardashians and stuff, which I clearly have very little connection to. Hey, Kara Rodriguez is with us. Hey, Kara, how are you? Leslie Fishman also, LOL, I've been getting my family helping out, even if it's a minute amount, but it all helps. Speaking of donations, yeah, no doubt, Leslie. Your actions are way, way more valuable than any donations that you could ever possibly make. I mean, truly, guys, our needs are almost non-existent. If you compare the size of this problem, the amount of money that is spent against us. So we don't need money per se to fight and win this battle, but we do need a little bit of money to not disappear. So thank you, Leslie. And thanks to your family members, by the way. I won't name them, but I'll spare them the embarrassment, but thank you. Hey, Rob Miller says, if a person from anywhere borrowed $25,000 50 years ago or today, it's designed to keep you in debt. Unilaterally, interest and bankruptcy rights were taken away from us despite anything. That's right, Rob. Lyndon Baines Johnson, President LBJ, 1965, when he signed the Higher Education Act, he declared that the loans would be free of interest. That's free of interest. His exact words. Today, $100 billion per year clicks off on our backs. And make no mistake, that is government profit. You name anything else for me where the government makes a profit. I don't think you can. The Army, Navy, Air Force, Marine, they've never made a profit. Department of Agriculture, they've never made a profit. Department of Veterans, they've never made a profit. Nowhere does the government make a profit on almost anything that I can think of. Maybe the Food and Drug Administration makes money on weird patents from like Pfizer and stuff, Moderna. But, that's crazy. The government should not be making a profit, much less on the backs of the very citizens that they're supposed to be trying to educate. It makes no sense. And in the words of John Adams, there are two ways to conquer and enslave a country. One is by the sword. The other is by debt. And ladies and gentlemen, that is the gun barrel down which we are looking right now as we speak. Your livelihood is on the line here. What happens between now and the election? Certainly what happens between now and the end of the year, when our bills will expire and when the student loan program, the payments will be turned back on. Your livelihood hangs in the balance of what this group can get done in the next, certainly 10 days, but absolutely the next 2 months. So, hey, Laura Gale Sweeney's with us tonight. She says, keep up the fight for justice. Do the daily actions. Well, thank you, Laura. You said it from Laura's lips to your ears. Please just do the daily actions, would you? If you've never done a daily action, I would say do 2 weeks worth of the daily actions, if not a month. And there's a special action, too, that you can see on the main page of our website. All of our actions that we ask you to do are very helpful. They're efficient, they're effective, they're well-targeted, they're timely. That's why I say the best thing you can do is the past month worth of our daily actions if you've never done a daily action before. So yeah, guys, we're on the verge. Who knows what's going to happen between now and the election? I do know that if we on this group do nothing will happen. That I can say with pretty high confidence. So get off your ass, guys. And to all of you, Victoria, Leslie, Rob, everybody out there who is fighting, Michael, I can't name them all. You know who you are. I salute you, and you all should be very proud. We are the veterans. We are the tip of the spear. We are making history, and the historians will see that, hopefully, if the internet doesn't blow up. And I just hope that you are as proud and as sort of grateful that we have the privilege of fighting this very noble battle. And it is a very noble battle. Forget about all the nonsense you see in the media. Don't be distracted by the bullshit. Almost everything in the media right now is distraction. It's distraction. It doesn't matter. What matters are our bills. What matters are us getting Congress to pass our bills. It's the only thing that matters right now. So don't even trip. Don't wait, watch, and worry. And read Forbes magazine and watch me, a talking head on the internet, thinking that we're going to solve this problem for you. It doesn't work that way. All we have is you. You have no idea how important you are. And you can't unhear that. We are the veterans and the pioneers, as I said. We all watching this have got to punch a little above our weight. We've got to fight a little harder, because that's just the reality, guys. I'm sorry, but it is what it is. Hey, Victoria says, at least your family is helping about it. Mine want nothing to do with me. I'm a failure in their eyes. If I wasn't, they would be asking me how they could help me. I hear you, Victoria. I think many of us are the black sheep in our family. And that's just because, at least as far as the student loan issue goes, people don't know. People don't understand. And I would say, and this is very self-interested, but if you want to really rub your family's nose in it, get them this book for the holidays. I never plug my book. Like I said, I'm no good at asking for donations. I'm no good at selling stuff, but you can shove this in your family member's face and say, it's not just me. It's 85% of all student loan borrowers. And every family that knows what's good for this country should be fighting with us. And at some point, not today, but at some point in the future, they will know the truth. And they will say, wow, Victoria actually was right about that thing. Maybe we shouldn't have been so hard on her. So hang in there, Leslie, or Victoria, we're with you. Oh, by the way, I don't know, I can't remember what I said 18 minutes ago, but send our press release. The most important thing I have for you today, send our press release to at least 5, if not 10 reporters and news organizations. The media is 96% against us right now. We can change that. The media is not a monolith. The media can and should be helping us. They won't help us until they know about us. They won't know about us until you send them the press release that we just did. And if you go to Daily Action, you can see the press release for yourself. If you go to our website, it's the first article mentioned. Grab that press release and send it to as many reporters, news organizations, and reporters that you can possibly think of. One thing you might want to do is look at recently published articles on the student loan issue and directly reach out to the reporters who wrote, or the writers who wrote those articles. It's a very efficient way to do it. This is it, guys. This is the battle. I mean, I don't know what else I can say. 17 and a half years, have nearly 18 years, have all come to this point right now where we are. So, and, I'm sorry. Hey, Laura Gale Sweeney's with us tonight, saying fighting indentured servitude of U.S. students. Laura, this lending scam looks more and more like indentured servitude, if not slavery, every day. Not only was slavery outlawed, but indentured servitude was outlawed in Article 13 of the Constitution. Indentured servitude is a thing, ladies and gentlemen. So I will challenge you all to read the Constitution. Read Article 1, Section 8. Look at the top of the list of congressional powers where you will see bankruptcy mentioned by name. This is in the body of the Constitution, like the first page of the scroll that the Constitution was written on, if it was written on a scroll. Also, look at Article 13, which abolishes slavery. Read it. Read the text. It abolishes not only slavery, but also indentured servitude. That speaks directly to what we are looking at eyeball to eyeball right now. So again, guys, I can't answer all of your questions tonight, and I apologize. I tried to get to all the policy related issues. But if you have any other questions, policy comments, etc., feel free to throw them out, and this will be an ongoing discussion after the live stream. I will be with you as things develop. I may even do a live stream tomorrow if the situation warrants it, and it might, because things are breaking fast on this issue right now as we speak, guys. This is not happening in a vacuum. What happens depends on how hard you fight. And again, you cannot unhear that. You have no idea how important you are. So let's flex this muscle, ladies and gentlemen, and let's get this done. Have a great weekend. If I don't see you tomorrow, I'll be back on Sunday for sure, and Monday. Let's roll. Good luck in your efforts, starting with our daily actions. Godspeed. Keep us posted as to your accomplishments. Do more than our daily actions. Be clever and creative. You're smart. You've been to college. We need you. And God bless everyone.